Hi everybody. I've gotten a couple of questions on how to use the decision-making matrix lately, so I wanted to do a quick rundown for you. In this particular example, we have the problem of a rainy Saturday. On this topic line, it's good to have the students write just either a title like this one or one short sentence, a very brief sentence about what the problem is. It can be easy for kids to get lost in the solutions and forget what problem they're trying to solve, so that's a useful thing to have up top here. Down the side, you'll have the options or solutions or choices for your problem or for they're going to be solutions if you have a problem. If you are just trying to make a decision between some options, you might just have a list of options here. In this particular case, we're coming up with solutions for what to do on a rainy Saturday. So we have a couple of items listed here already. Go to the movies, start a neighborhood chess tournament, learn how to knit, make cookies, or put on a play. So once those solutions are down the side, then you've got to come up with criteria coming across the top. Generating criteria can be a hard thing for young students to do. Once you have practiced it a few times, it's helpful to have those practice times before you launch into it with any great depth. Another helpful tip for young students is to have a sentence prepared, something along the lines of the solution should be blank. And then what you're really doing is filling in the blank in these boxes. The solution should be cheap. The solution should be long lasting. The solution should have no cleanup. The solution should engage multiple ages of students, of children, for the rainy Saturday problem. Once you have your criteria across the top, then it's just a matter of ranking each one of these. So let's say for expense, which one of these is the cheapest and which one is the most expensive. The one that is the cheapest is going to get a 5. So putting on a play, I believe, would be the cheapest one. Going to the movies would be the least cheap, or in this case, the most expensive one. Sometimes it's helpful to do your number 1 and your number 5 and then kind of figure out the in-between points. That's a strategy that can be helpful, again, for younger kids in particular. So which one is the cheapest to do? Starting a chess tournament will depend on whether or not you have chess boards in place or not. If you already have chess boards, then that's going to be a pretty cheap thing to do. Making cookies involves some materials. Learning to knit would possibly involve going to purchase materials at a craft store. The long-lasting criteria, let's say, putting on a play would take pretty much the entirety of the day. Going to the movies takes a good portion of, say, an afternoon. Making cookies takes a little while, but not ridiculous length of time. A whole chess tournament would take a while, I think. Learning how to knit takes a long time, but it's limited by my attention span, so I'm not going to be able to spend a whole lot of time on learning how to knit. I've tried in the past and it didn't go well. No cleanup, so I just want to caution us about having the word no or a not, a negative word in front of one of the criteria. That can throw off younger students. Just kind of be aware of that. Putting on a play, I think, is going to have quite a bit of cleanup because you're going to have to clean up all the sets and things like that. Going to the movies has some cleanup. Making cookies. I am going to change my mind. I think kids making cookies, I think that one's going to be the most messy. And then putting on a play, having a lot of people over for a chess tournament is going to involve some cleanup. I don't think learning how to knit is going to have really any cleanup at all. Depends on how many things I throw in the process of trying to learn how to knit. And going to the movies involves just a little cleanup. For multiple ages, I think making cookies is something that lots of ages can do. Putting on a play can get a little sticky in terms of having younger kids join in. Going to the movies involves everybody, so I'm going to give that one a 4 and this one a 3. Starting a chess tournament, getting lots of kids involved in that is a hard thing to do. And learning how to knit is something that maybe not young, it might not be best suited for younger kids. As you saw there, I had to make a lot of decisions about where all of these rankings go. When working on a decision-making matrix with a group, the conversation and debate can be very heated about what numbers should go where. My suggestion would be to start learning how to use a decision making matrix individually before launching into using it as a group. Even before using it individually, using it and modeling how to do it and doing it as a whole group several times is a really useful thing. So now it's just a matter of coming up with what my totals are. So 8 and 10 and 11. I'm hoping that I come up with a tie. That would be awesome. There's 12. I think I might fudge a tie so that we can just have one. There's a 15, and there's 10 and 14, 15, 16, 17. Let's say, just for argument's sake, that both of these came out to be a 17. So if I ended up with a tie, what I would do then is come across the top here and choose one of these criteria that is the most important one to me. For me, having a project that we can involve multiple ages in is really useful. So now I'm going to look at just that criteria, and I'm going to see which one scored higher out of our two top place ties, and that would be making cookies. So our solution is for a rainy Saturday is to make cookies. And a close second place was putting on a play. So that's how to use a decision making matrix.